Good evening, my friend, and welcome back. My name is Marcus. Every night I take a walk through a different city in a different time. And tonight you're coming with me. So settle in, make yourself comfortable, and let the day slip away. Tonight we find ourselves in Old Edo, the city that will one day be called Tokyo, where a soft rain has just begun to fall on the wooden rooftops. There's nothing to do now, and nowhere to be. Just walk with me. You are standing in a narrow lane where the night is deep and blue and the rain comes down as gently as breath. It slips from the black edges of the roofs. It threads itself through the darkness. It gathers on the old wooden eaves, then falls in quiet drops to the stones below. On either side of you are machiya, long wooden townhouses, their faces turned toward the sleeping lane. Their upper stories lean close, as if listening to the rain together. The wood is dark with age and weather. It has taken in many seasons. Tonight it shines softly, almost black, with the steady wetness. A paper lantern glows beside one doorway. Its light is warm and low, the color of honey in a small cup. The paper is thin, and the flame inside trembles now and then, not from wind, but from the soft movement of the night itself. Beneath the lantern, the wooden threshold is clean and damp. A pair of simple sandals rests under shelter, waiting for morning. You begin walking slowly. The lane is quiet. Your steps are soft on the worn stones. Rainwater runs in small silver lines along the edges of the path, slipping into narrow gutters made for nights just like this. There is no hurry. There is no sound that asks anything of you. Only the rain, and the sleeping houses, and the city resting around you. Behind one paper screen, a lamp has been left burning low. The screen glows with a dim, milky light. You can see nothing inside, only the suggestion of a room, perhaps tatami mats, a low table, a folded cloth, a cup turned upside down to dry. Edo keeps its rooms close and quiet at this hour. The lives within them are folded away, like bedding in the morning. You pass another doorway. The deep wooden eaves above it stretch out over the lane, holding back the rain. Drops fall from their carved edge in slow rhythm. One drop, then another, then another. The sound is small, but the night has made room for it. The air smells of wet cedar. It also carries the faint sweetness of lamp oil and the softer, earthier scent of rain touching old wood. Somewhere, beneath the dampness, there is charcoal too, a low black warmth left from evening meals and small braziers. It is the smell of a city at rest after a long day of hands and footsteps and voices. Far away, very far away, you hear the clack of wooden clappers. A night watchman is walking another lane, under another roof line, tapping his hayoshigi together as he passes through the sleeping wards. The sound comes to you softened by rain and distance. 2 dry notes, then silence. 2 dry notes, then silence again. It is not a warning tonight. It is only a sign that someone is awake enough to let the city sleep. You continue on. The houses stand close together. Their latticed fronts are shut. Their sliding doors are dark. Some have narrow shop spaces below, and living rooms tucked behind or above, all joined together like the hidden thoughts of a home. In the day, these lanes would hold the voices of merchants, children, apprentices, and neighbors. There would be baskets and carts, the call of sellers, the rustle of paper, the smell of rice steaming and fish grilling. But now, long past midnight, the lane has become another kind of place. It is almost like walking through a memory before it has fully formed. A small channel of rainwater crosses the path before you and disappears beneath a wooden board. You step over it easily. Water beads on the planks. Each bead catches a little lantern glow and then lets it go. The rain keeps falling. It does not grow heavy. It does not fade away. It simply continues, soft and steady, touching every roof tile, every eave, every shutter, every stone. It draws the city into one sound. You pass a narrow side alley, barely wider than your outstretched arms. It vanishes between two buildings into darkness and rain. A bamboo fence lines part of it. The bamboo is slick and pale where the lantern light reaches it. Beyond the fence, a little garden sleeps, invisible except for one wet leaf hanging over the top rail. The leaf holds a trembling drop. The drop lets go as you pass. Ahead, the lane begins to widen. The stones give way to packed earth, dark and smooth from the rain. Shop fronts appear along the way, each one closed behind wooden shutters. The shutters slide across the entrances in long horizontal panels, fitted tight for the night. Their grain shows in the lantern light, bands of brown and gray and black. Some are marked by the work of many hands, places rubbed smooth by opening and closing, year after year. You slow your pace. Here is a small shop that might sell paper in the day. The front is shuttered now, but under the eaves you can see stacked bundles wrapped carefully against damp air. The faint smell of paper lingers, dry and clean despite the rain. Paper for letters, paper for lanterns, paper for screens, paper for poems, paper for accounts. By morning, hands will lift the shutters and the lane will remember its commerce. Tonight, the paper rests. Next is a shop with a signboard hanging above the entry, its painted characters darkened by wetness. You do not need to read them. The shape of the place is enough. A wooden counter inside, shelves along the wall, a little oil lamp perhaps set on a bracket, trimmed low before closing. Edo is full of such small, careful places where a family lives with its work, and the work carries the family from one season to the next. Rain taps softly on the signboard. A covered well stands near the meeting of two lanes. Its roof is small and practical, made of wood and tile, just large enough to keep falling leaves and rain from the mouth below. A rope hangs coiled on a peg. The bucket is turned upside down, resting on its side, dark with damp. In the daytime, neighbors would gather here, drawing water, sharing small news, rinsing vegetables, laughing quietly before the heat rises. Now the well is still. It feels deep and old and patient. You pause beside it. The roof of the well ticks with rain. Water slides from the tiles in a thin sheet, then breaks into drops at the corners. The stones around the base are dark and smooth. A little moss grows between them. It is bright even in the dimness, a green so soft it seems to hold its own small light. You breathe in slowly. Wet cedar, moss, lamp oil. The last faint trace of cooked rice from somewhere behind a shutter. The city is not silent, not completely. It is full of small sleeping sounds. A roof settling, a drop falling into a jar, a screen shifting gently in its frame. The rain makes each sound harmless and far away. You walk on. The lane bends, and under the bend stands a little yatai, a night noodle stall, now closed and empty. Its cloth curtain has been tied back. Its wooden wheels are still. The owner has gone home, perhaps only a little while ago. leaving everything neat beneath a sloping cover. A pot sits with its lid on. Beside it, the small charcoal bed has faded to quiet embers. No one calls out. No bowl is offered. Nothing stirs. But the stall still remembers warmth. The air around it holds the faint smell of broth, soy, seaweed, and noodles, all softened by rain. It is not strong enough to wake hunger. It is only a trace. A memory of steam rising into the night, of someone sitting on a low stool after a long evening, hands around a bowl, shoulders relaxing as the city darkened around them. You stand near the edge of the awning. Rain falls just beyond it, making a curtain between you and the lane. The embers glow once, very gently, then settle again. Their warmth is almost gone, but the idea of warmth remains. It lives in the smell of broth, in the little pot, in the damp cloth, in the clean bowls stacked upside down. The road ahead leads toward water. You can feel it before you see it. The air opens slightly. The scent changes. Wet wood gives way to the cool, flat smell of a canal. Edo is a city of waterways, of boats and bridges, of narrow canals carrying rice, timber, fish, vegetables, cloth, and news from one ward to another. By day, the water would be busy with poles, oars, baskets, and calls across the banks. Tonight it lies in darkness, receiving rain. The houses thin. The lane slopes down very gently. A willow appears ahead, its long branches hanging over the canal like loose strands of hair. Rain gathers on each narrow leaf and makes the whole tree shimmer faintly. Beneath it is a small wooden bridge, a humpback rising over the water, its curved shape dark against the lower sky. You step onto the first plank. The bridge is wet underfoot. Its boards are old but steady. Your steps sound hollow and soft, a muted knock beneath the rain. The rail is smooth, polished by hands, and tonight it is cool beneath your fingers. You pause halfway across where the arch is highest and look down. The canal is nearly still. Rain dimples the dark surface, thousands of tiny circles opening and fading, opening and fading. Farther along the water, lanterns glow outside unseen houses and warehouses. Their reflections trail down into the canal in wavering gold lines. Each raindrop touches those lines and breaks them apart, but they gather again at once, trembling beneath the willow. There is no boat moving now. Only one small skiff is tied to a post near the bank, covered with a mat of woven straw. The rope rises and falls almost imperceptibly. The water holds it like a sleeping hand. You listen. Rain on water has a different voice from rain on tile. It is softer, deeper, a quiet whisper spread across the whole canal. Rain on the bridge is nearer. Rain in the willow is lighter, a brushing sound, leaves answering leaves. Together they make a night music, so even that the mind has nothing left to solve. You let your shoulders loosen. Across the canal, a row of low buildings stands with shuttered faces. One lantern burns beneath an eave, and another far beyond it. Their light does not push back the darkness, it simply rests inside it. In old Edo, light at night is modest. It comes from oil, from paper lanterns, from small flames protected carefully from the damp air. It makes pools rather than brightness. It lets the night remain the night. You continue over the bridge. At the far end, the road narrows again, and follows the canal for a little while. The willow branches lean close. A few touch the surface of the water, drawing small lines that vanish as soon as they are made. Rainwater runs from the bank in little threads. Somewhere below, a fish turns once, too softly to be seen. The clack of the night watchman comes again, farther now. 2 notes, made gentle by distance. Then the rain folds over them. You pass a storehouse with white plaster walls and a tiled roof. Its heavy doors are closed. The plaster shines faintly where rain has touched it under the lantern glow. Beside it, stacked crates sit beneath a lean roof covered with straw matting. Everything is arranged with the quiet order of people who know that morning will come and that work waits better when it has been put away properly. The road bends away from the canal. A small stone marker stands at the corner, dark with rain. Moss gathers around its base. You turn with the road, leaving the water behind you. The sound of the canal fades, but the rain remains, constant and close. Now the houses are fewer, and the lane grows more open. A grove of trees rises ahead, black trunks and glossy leaves, and through them you see the shape of a torii gate. Its simple posts stand at the entrance to a small shrine. The wood is wet, and the crossbeam holds a thin line of rainwater along its lower edge. Beyond the gate, stone lanterns burn low among the moss. You approach slowly. The shrine is small. It belongs to the neighborhood, tucked between lanes and trees, close enough for daily offerings, quiet enough to be almost hidden at night. The path inside is made of worn stones. They gleam beneath the rain. On either side, moss spreads over the ground in soft cushions, thick and deep from years of shade and damp air. You pass beneath the torii. The world seems to soften even more here. The rain still falls, but the trees catch some of it, breaking it into lighter drops that fall from leaf to leaf. A stone basin rests near the path, its surface filled with rainwater. A bamboo ladle lies across it, turned slightly, shining along one wet edge. The stone lanterns are old. Their small flames are sheltered behind openings cut in the stone. They burn low and amber, making the moss around them glow in uneven patches. Water beads on their carved roofs and slips down their sides. The stone has darkened with age, but in the low light you can see the patient shapes of lichen and weather. You walk toward the gate of the shrine building and step beneath its deep eaves. Here the rain is above you, not on you. It drums softly on the tiled roof and runs down in steady lines from the edge. The sound changes under shelter. It becomes fuller, rounder, almost like a slow breathing overhead. You stand still, listening. The wooden pillars beside you smell of cedar and rain. The boards beneath your feet are dry near the wall and damp near the edge. The air is cool, but not cold. It touches your face gently. A paper offering hangs near the entrance, curled a little from the moisture. A rope hangs still, thick and quiet, its fibers darkened by the night. You do not need to do anything here. You simply rest beneath the eaves and let the rain speak. Beyond the shelter, the path shines. Drops fall from the roof in a perfect line, each one striking the stones below. The moss receives the water without sound. The stone lanterns burn low. Their flames flicker once, then steady themselves again. There is a smell here of wet leaves, old wood, stone, and the faint sweetness of incense that was lit much earlier in the evening. It has almost vanished, but not quite. Like the noodle broth by the closed stall, Like the warmth in the embers, it is a trace left behind by ordinary human care. You breathe slowly. In Edo, small shrines like this one sit close to daily life. People pass them on errands, pause at them on festival mornings, sweep their paths, tie paper, light lamps, and then go on. Tonight, the shrine asks nothing. It holds the rain, the moss, the stones, the trees, and the quiet flame. It holds you, too, for a little while, under its broad, dark roof. Another drop falls from the eave. Then another. Then another. The night watchman is too far away to hear now. The city has grown deeper around you. Perhaps even the late workers have gone to rest. Perhaps even the lamps in the shops are nearly out. The hour has become very soft. You stay beneath the eaves. The rain on the roof is steady. Not loud, not thin, just steady. It runs over the tiles in small streams. The tiles are curved, laid in rows, holding and guiding the water. Every roof in the neighborhood is doing this now. Every eave is dripping. Every gutter is carrying the night downhill. The whole city is being gently washed while it sleeps. You can imagine the lanes behind you, dark and shining. The closed shutters, the covered well, the little stall with its fading embers, the bridge over the canal, and the lanterns trembling beneath the willow. Each place remains where it is, quiet and safe, as you move farther into rest. A temple bell sounds somewhere in the distance. One deep note moves through the rain. It travels over roofs and canals, through narrow lanes and sleeping rooms. By the time it reaches the shrine, it is already fading. The sound is low, round, and gentle. It does not mark urgency. It marks only the passing of a quiet hour. You listen until the bell is gone. Then there is only rain again. You turn from the shrine gate and step back onto the stone path. The moss glows darkly around the lanterns. The torii waits at the edge of the grove. You walk beneath it once more, leaving the shrine as calmly as you entered. The lane beyond is dim and wet. You follow it without hurry. Your steps are slower now. The city seems to be breathing more slowly too. Even the rain feels more spacious, with long, soft spaces between the sounds closest to you. A small inn stands ahead, set back slightly from the lane. Its wooden front is simple, with a low roof and a paper lantern hanging beside the door. The lantern is protected by the eaves. Its light is warm, not bright. It glows like a small moon made for one doorway. You approach. The door is already open just enough to welcome the night air. Beyond it, the entryway is dark and warm. The raised wooden floor begins beyond the stone step. A pair of sandals has been set neatly aside. The smell of tatami comes to meet you, clean straw, dry and gentle, mingled with cedar and the faint warmth of charcoal. You step inside. The rain remains outside, but you can still hear it. It whispers along the roof and taps softly against the wooden threshold. Water drips from the eaves into a stone basin near the door, one drop at a time. Inside, the inn is calm. The hall is narrow. A lamp burns low, its flame softened behind paper. You leave the wet lane behind. The wooden floor feels smooth beneath your feet. The air is warmer here. It wraps around you slowly, as if the room has been waiting without impatience. The walls are made of wood and paper. Their quiet surfaces hold the lantern light gently. Nothing shines too strongly. Nothing asks you to look for long. You move along the hall to a small room. The sliding screen opens without a sound. Inside, tatami mats cover the floor, their woven lines neat and pale in the lamplight. The room is simple. A low table sits near the center. A small charcoal brazier rests nearby, its coals covered with ash, giving off a deep and steady warmth. The scent is soft, dry, and comforting. At the far side of the room is a paper screen window. Rain whispers against it. Not hard, not restless. Just a soft, steady touch, over and over. The paper glows faintly with the darkness beyond. You cannot see the lane from here, but you know it is there. You know the lantern by the door is still burning. You know the eaves are still dripping. A futon has been laid out for you. It rests on the tatami, clean and low, with a folded quilt waiting at the edge. The pillow is small and firm. The bedding looks simple and warm. It belongs to the quiet of the room. It belongs to this rainy hour. You stand for a moment and let the warmth of the brazier reach your hands. The charcoal does not flare. It only glows beneath the ash, holding its heat in the old, careful way. Edo rooms know this kind of warmth. A small hibachi, a brazier, a few coals tended before sleep. Enough to soften the air. Enough to remind the body that the night outside can fall as it likes. Rain slides down the roof. Rain touches the screen. Rain gathers in the lane. You lower yourself onto the tatami. The mat gives just slightly beneath you. Its scent rises, straw and sun from a season now far away, kept clean and dry under this roof. The room is quiet enough for small sounds. The settling of the brazier, the faint brush of rain at the paper window, a drop falling from the eaves outside, another drop, then another. You breathe out. The walk is behind you now, but it remains close. You can still feel the narrow lane between the machiya, the warm lanterns glowing by the doors. You can still hear the rain falling from the deep wooden eaves. You can still smell cedar, lamp oil, moss, and broth. You can still see the canal under the bridge, dark and still, with distant lanterns trembling beneath the willow. All of it becomes softer. The closed shops are resting. The covered well is resting. The noodle stall is resting. The little bridge is resting. The shrine is resting. And now you are resting too. The room grows quieter around you. The lamp is low. The brazier is warm. The futon is close. Outside, Edo sleeps beneath its roofs, beneath its rain, beneath the slow passing of the night. You lie down. The quilt settles over you with a gentle weight. The pillow supports your head. The tatami is beneath the futon, and the floor is beneath the tatami, and the old city is beneath the rain. Everything is held. Everything is in its place. The paper screen glows dimly. The rain whispers against it. Soft rain. Steady rain. Rain on tile. Rain on wood. Rain in the narrow lane. Rain in the willow by the canal. You do not need to follow every sound now. You can let them come and go. A drop from the eave. A hush across the roof. The faintest sigh of water along the gutter. Each one arrives. Each one fades. Each one leaves the room a little quieter than before. Somewhere far away, another temple bell sounds. This one is even softer than the last. It reaches you like a memory of sound, a low note in the rain, a circle widening, then thinning, then disappearing into the night. You listen. Then you let it go. The brazier warms the air near the floor. The warmth moves slowly. It touches the edge of the quilt. It touches your hands. It touches the room, and then it rests there. Nothing changes quickly here. Nothing needs to. Your breathing begins to match the rain. Innen. Ut. Rain. Silence. Rain. Silence. The city outside is old Edo, but it does not feel far from you. It feels close and kind. Wooden houses with paper screens, small lanterns under eaves, stone paths shining in the dark, canals holding the lantern light, moss at the shrine, a torii, dark with rain, the soft clack of wooden clappers far away, fading into the sleeping wards. All these things drift past your mind like lantern reflections on water. They tremble. They lengthen. They blur. And still the rain falls. You are warm now. The room is warm. The futon holds you gently. The quilt is quiet. The screen window is quiet. The lamp is low. The charcoal is low. The night is low and deep and kind. Outside, water slips from the roof in patient drops. The drops fall into the stone basin by the inn door, one after another. Not counted, not hurried. Each drop belongs to the night. Each drop finds its place. Your eyes grow heavier. You can imagine the lane one last time. The paper lantern at the inn door glows in the rain. The wooden eaves shine. The shutters sleep. The canal sleeps. The willow sleeps with its leaves bowed low. The shrine lanterns burn gently in wet moss, and the old stones keep their silence. The rain covers everything softly. It covers the roofs. It covers the bridge. It covers the little stall. It covers the sleeping houses. It covers the night watchman walking somewhere far away. It covers the path you took. It covers the path you no longer need to take. There is nowhere else to be. There is nothing else to do. Only this room. Only this rain. Only this slow breath. The temple bell has faded. The lanterns have softened. The city has folded itself into sleep. You are safe beneath the roof of the small inn, with tatami beneath you, paper screens beside you, and the warm breath of the brazier in the room. The rain keeps falling outside. Softly now. Very softly. On the tiles. On the eaves. On the stones. On the canal. On the willow leaves. On old Edo sleeping. You can let the night carry you. You can let the rain keep walking for you. You can rest. You can drift. You can sleep. Sleep well, my friend. I'll see you on our next walk.